what happens if Bill actually gets Sheila released? What happens if she doesn't get released? What's next? What's next for the Bold and the Beautiful? Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. This is for the Bold and Beautiful January 2023. Possible storylines, what's next? Okay, so I was thinking this. I came up with this part at the last of it because I wrote down all these possible storylines, but I just thought about it when I wrote down about Sheila. I was like, okay, Bill keep trying to get her released and everything, right? What happens if they done a hearing and everything, the judge and everything? What if they be like, we heard y'all that y'all don't want to press charges and all this stuff, and they decide we got too much evidence built against her. We got other people that come in and testify against her that they don't even know about. What happens then? What is she gonna do then? Is she gonna take it out on Bill? Is she gonna take it out on Bill and everybody else? What happens if Sheila gets released? Like, what if they decide, okay, since Steffi and Finn just said they don't want to press charges, then we gotta let her go. We gotta let her go. And then Bill had threatened Lee that she could lose her medical license and everything, so she ain't gonna come forth. So what happens then? What happens when she gets out? Did Bill even think that far? I'm trying to see, do y'all think, like, I can't think of a reason why Bill would sit up here and work with Sheila or whatever. Then he watching them in the office. I was like, he seems serious to me. I'm like, until it's revealed that he's not serious, let's just assume that he is. What happens then? What happens when everybody finds out? Because I think, this week everybody's supposed to find out that Bill is working with Sheila and everything, that he's blackmailing Steffi and Finn. And what is it for? Also, since Bill seemed to be gone off the deep, this ain't even supposed to be. This wasn't supposed to be no Bill focus review, not review, but possible storylines. But okay, so what happens if Bill see that Steffi and Finn still say they pressing charges against Sheila? I know he said he gonna turn Taylor in, but what if they say they don't care? What he gonna do then? Y'all think he gonna take extreme measures? But okay, this is the part that I wrote down. I said, what happens if Sheila gets released? What happens if she doesn't get released? Because Sheila seems to have all these connections. We don't seen Mike Guthrie sit up here and be obsessed with her. Deacon came in here yesterday talking about how he feel about her and how he never gonna abandon her, and thanks for not ratting him out. And I said, okay, this is what, okay, either way it go, if she gets released, what happens if she want Deacon to work for her or whatever? Because you don't never trust no person that's already proven that they can't do that. They not trustworthy and that they'll use anything for their benefit that's convenient for them. So I was like, okay, now what if she do get released, or if she doesn't and she tries to blackmail Deacon to do what she wants? Because he was like, he there for if she need him and all this. I said, you fool, you should never got involved because you think she gonna let this go. She said she wasn't gonna rat you out, but that don't mean she ain't gonna use that information for later use. She could say right now, okay, I'm not gonna rat you out, but then she get in a tough spot. She like, remember, I didn't rat you out when you helped me or whatever. You were harboring a fugitive and all this stuff. Because they be doing it. I don't think Deacon realized that. Then yesterday he told my son, if you need me, I'm not gonna ban you like everyone else. Like everyone else, sir. You know there's a reason why these folks left this lady. It ain't just come out the air. They ain't just leave her because, oh, she made a mistake. No, she over here trying to do stupid stuff. They should have just had both of them, Deacon and Sheila, did a storyline where they actually, for at least a little while, pretended like they, was on a straight path. Now they did in a sense or whatever. They did in a sense. But then they stopped right away when they was talking about some Deacon. Deacon started talking about Brooke. He went from talking about his daughter and everything to talk about his daughter and Brooke, and we knew then where he was headed. And Sheila, she never been on the straight and straight. She just said she was. She taping her head to people's body and stuff, trying to force her family. Deacon didn't tell about that either. He didn't tell about trying to break Liam and Liam up with Hope and Steffi up with Finn. He didn't tell nothing. Nothing. So he deserved whatever he get. But yeah, I see her blackmailing him. She didn't rat on him for a reason. And it's not for her. Listen, this just like how Bill didn't tell on Taylor for shooting him. Now all of a sudden, because he faking love with Sheila, he snitching, trying to get folks locked up and stuff. I said, really, all these folks need to be in jail. So, I understand because Taylor did shoot him. And then, but when you think about it, everybody done did something that should have landed them in jail. But yeah, this wasn't supposed to be just focused on them. But I thought about that. I was like, Sheila gonna use that to her advantage. I guess since that's the most recent, storyline, it's good to start with that one. Okay, so we gonna go over Ridge and Ridge because what was it yesterday's episode when Steffi was on the phone with Ridge and said he was sorry he couldn't make it, but he could come if she wanted him to, and he was like no. And she revealed he still lost soul searching. I said, how much soul searching you need to do? I said, well, how much soul searching do you need to do, sir? He been studying soul searching now. He don't. His mind should be made up at this point. And I feel like he shouldn't have had to do no soul searching anyway because your mind should be made up. You should know who you want to be with. And I said, what happens next for him when he comes back? Does he try to pursue who he really wants? Or they gonna give him a different storyline? Are they gonna hook him up with somebody? And as you can see, I got the pictures up there. I tried to fit everybody, but I didn't realize there was so many characters on this show. I don't think I got Sheila, but we don't see enough of Sheila. It's some people I miss. I got Bill, I got Steffi Finn, I got Brooke, Flo, Wyatt. We're gonna get to them next. Grace. So speaking of Grace, I was trying to think of like who they could have hooked, who they could possibly hook Ridge up with next. Then I also thought about Bill, but Bill don't, he over here tripping and stuff. So he on Sheila right now. So I was like, okay. When Grace first came to town, they were saying how they feel like Ridge and her are gonna hook up. So do y'all think that's what's coming next? Because Brooke and Taylor right now said they don't want him. So well, they ain't never stopped nobody for before, but that leaves Grace, doesn't it? Cause Shauna's not, unless she come back, they're gonna bring Shauna back. You see Shauna up there, y'all. But it could be Shauna, it could be Grace. But or do y'all think that he's gonna come back and be like he wants Taylor or he wants Brooke? And that's what I got for them because when he comes back, I wonder what he doing, like the actor that plays him, or they just giving other people a chance to have a storyline or something. But yeah, I was like, okay, with that whole storyline, I feel like after they drag the storyline with Ridge picking between Brooke and Taylor, he got to go do soul searching, all this other stuff. I kind of wanted to see who he chose and if who he chose would have made a different, decision because he came in that office. I was like, I kind of feel like he was going to Taylor because he was like, hey, and he rushed in there and then he seen Brooke and it's like his mind changed. But I guess if he was going to choose Taylor, it still wouldn't have mattered because you seeing Brooke shouldn't change your mission. If you came in there to tell Taylor that you wanted her and you choose her, you should have did that. Brooke's little feelings would just have to get hurt. But I said, okay, after they dragged, because I was tired of seeing it too, because for years, even before I started watching the show, Ridge couldn't decide between both women. And it's old. It had gotten old. But if you invest all that time into showing it, I know some of us like seeing Taylor and Brooke choose themselves, because I said I'd rather see them choose themselves because he playing both of them. He'll go spend a little time with this one, then go over here to this one, then kiss this one, then kiss that one, and all that. And I was like, I mean, granted, I feel like him and Brooke gonna always find their way back to each other. That's just how the show written. You could agree or disagree, but look at it. Look at the history. They always put. It's just like on General Hospital, and I just said this when I was doing the review over there. I said they always put Sonny and Carla back together, just like they always put Brooke and Ridge back together. So enjoy your time, whoever he ends up with. But they gonna get back together by the end of this year, probably. But I also wanted to see. If he did choose Brooke, I wanted to see Taylor get her groove back, new man, to see how Ridge reacts because we've seen Brooke move on. So I ain't gonna say it. We want to see Brooke get a new man. Maybe y'all have seen Taylor move on too, but I haven't since I've been watching the show. I seen her want him or whatever, but I haven't seen that part. But yeah, I was like, I want to see her get her groove back. I want to see how he reacted. I think the first time I said that, remember when they had Taylor go confront Deacon and everything, and they spent some time together, and Deacon started coming to her office and all that. I said, oh, they finna put Taylor and Deacon together. But no, they want to go doing, first they put Deacon with Sheila, now they don't put Bill with Sheila. And I'm like, okay, what's the spin? Is there a spin? What is Bill gonna do? Does she really have something on him, or he just so far gone, because I'm tripping off this. I'm tripping on him watching him. He trying to make sure he know what happened. And I thought he was gonna be in the room because he was like, he don't want to hear them say anything and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, if you ain't in the room, sir, how do you know? Unless he coming in to get his testimony, because he all dressed up in a suit and everything. So it's like, maybe he coming in later to get his testimony about finding her or something. I was like, I don't know. But this week, everybody's supposed to find out his involvement. So, the stuff gonna hit the fan. I didn't see nothing about, I think Taylor learns that Bill was trying to put her in jail, but I don't see nothing about Taylor getting arrested. So is they still gonna lock Sheila up? And what is she gonna do if they do lock her up? Let's see. Who we got next? I already did a video about Bill possibly being Kelly's father and wanted to know if y'all think this is going to happen later down the line, because that could potentially be a storyline because, he was at the hospital. They never revealed why he was at the hospital. They never showed what he did. He came and he left. If you came to the hospital, like, was you just checking on Steffi or, did you do something? And, like, what's going to happen to bring that truth out? Okay, let's see what else. I already said Red. Thomas. When we last seen Thomas, he got kicked out of the company and everything. Will he retaliate? Will he come back? Will he prove that he's changed? I mean, at this point, you can't prove that you changed because Ridge did give you a lot of chances. I don't feel like Brooke 100% gave him a chance, but Ridge, I would say he did give him a chance and everything, but he blew it multiple times. But will he come back? Will Ridge never forgive him and let him back in? I'm disappointed about that storyline with the Thomas and what it did to Brooke and the mannequin and all that, because you spent all the time talking about this man had a brain injury, some type of brain injury or whatever, and he's better now, just to sit up here and prove that he's still the same. In that case, I keep talking about this, y'all. If y'all been listening to my videos, then y'all already know I keep talking about this. I keep saying, if y'all gonna still have him be crazy, y'all might as well have revealed. Because remember when Caroline was faking being sick, then all of a sudden she just magically passed away or whatever. I was like, what if Thomas had Caroline locked away? Now she comes back and she wants Douglas back or whatever. Because he's still obsessed with Hope. So if you're going to still do that storyline, you might as well say he was holding her hostage all this time and she found a way to break out, or he felt remorseful and released her or something. If you're going to still say the man is crazy, you did the whole mannequin thing, say he had a brain injury, only to reveal he really didn't have nothing, just problems, issues, obsession with Hope, So I'm like, okay, they could have did that whole storyline and had her come back. I still feel like she gonna come back for her son because, he over there with Hope and everything. And I wonder how that's gonna go down. I mean, technically, if Caroline do come back, they don't hold no weight that what's her name, Hope adopted them do it. I don't know, I don't think so. But you know how the soap world work, you might never know. She could come back and Douglas would be like, I don't want to live with you, Douglas fickle. He'd be over here on this side. I know he a kid, and, kids be fickle. And, based on what you tell them and what you show them, too. If somebody's studying your ear, you gonna choose some side or whatever. But, yeah, Thomas and Caroline. Caroline come back. Or either they could have did Thomas with another, someone else. They could have put Thomas with somebody else or whatever. But no, they want to have him stuck. It's a lot of, if you got so many characters that y'all not utilizing, I don't know if it's based on their contract. I don't know if they got other projects going on. I don't know. But I'm like, you got so many different characters that could have bigger roles, like Poe Carter. I don't know. Katie keeps talking about Bill the hero, and it seemed like they actually going in that direction of Katie and Carter. But I just can't, until they actually make it official, we'll see. We'll see, but I wrote something down about Katie and Carter. I think, let me see. Katie and Carter, Quinn coming back, or Zoe. Okay, with them, I said, could it be possible for Quinn to come back, or Zoe? With Quinn, she just left, didn't she? And they could always get another actress to fill in until the real one come back or whatever. Well, I don't want to say the real one to insult nobody, because some people play their part better than the original, But with them, I said maybe Zoe will be back. I was trying to think of who Carter has been with, but everybody that's why I feel like this is the right storyline for Katie and Carter, because they both, Poe, Katie, Bill just took her to the mud, keep on going. You got the nerve to sit up here and act mad. I'm tripping off that too. It keep resulting back to Bill. You mad, you so mad that you hooking up with Sheila, but you brought it on yourself. You don't sit up here. He tripped me out that day, y'all, that episode where he was like, pleading for Brooke to give him another chance, and he want her. You always gonna be the love of my life. She turn you down, then Katie come in the door, and you like, I love you. You came at the perfect time. I said he deserved to be smacked. I said, oh, be a big bad dollar bill. I said, no, he didn't do that to the girl. Now you run around acting hurt, talking about, don't you betray me and all that, and they left me, they betrayed me, and all this stuff. Now, granted, Justin did betray you. Now, he said he was tired of Bill's foolishness only to go be a Ridge puppet and stuff. Like I said, I had missed some episodes, so I don't know. You can correct me in the comment sections if I'm wrong. But they sent Justin to go follow Sheila and Deacon. I said he went off set and never came back, ain't it? I was like, unless I missed the episode, but I haven't seen him back. I had seen some stuff saying that he was coming back, but I haven't seen him yet. I said maybe I missed some episodes or whatever, but I was like, yeah, Justin did pop up talking about something he didn't want to do Bill's dirty work and he tired of it and holding folks in cages and stuff. And I said, dude, only for you to go over here kicking in doors. Now, that's another storyline, y'all. And this gonna be longer than I expected. Okay, that's another storyline where remember when Ridge sent what was it, Ridge sent over to Carter house to watch and look, and he's supposed to been looking, and he looked through the window and everything. He goes in and keeps the door in. He go through the door and upstairs. I said, now this man didn't tell you to follow nobody. He told you to look at them and all this stuff or whatever. He gonna go follow him. I said, dude. Oh my goodness. But let's see who else we got before this end. I'm trying to go to 20 minutes. Wyatt and Flo. Okay. Wait a minute. I forgot a part about Sheila. Because I said what happens next for Sheila and everything. And I said I agree with Taylor. Excuse me. I agree with Taylor about her next target would be Hayes or whatever. Because Finn is, I feel like during this hearing, he's going to finally, like, he's been saying how he don't want nothing to do with her. But I feel like in this moment, she might actually realize he really don't want nothing to do with me. Okay, Hayes the last one. I said, now what is she doing all this extra stuff? And the man ain't even her son, But I said the final thing for Sheila is that she get Hayes. She tries to grab Hayes. I don't know if you could say that other word or not, because they be flagging the mess out of me. Well, not now, but my former channel, they be trying to get me or whatever, so I gotta be careful what I say. Wyatt and Flo. Okay, the storyline with them, the last thing I feel like we seen about them is them getting engaged and supposed to be planning a wedding. Now they brought Wyatt back, and the man is back just for Bill, and they was looking for Bill and all this other stuff. They bring him back every split second, but I ain't seen Flo back. So I'm like, okay, if y'all not gonna utilize Flo, y'all could have just did, and I didn't write this part down. With Flo, you could have just did the whole storyline. Y'all remember the storyline with what was his name? Vinny. And they did a whole murder mystery, like, okay, some major character gonna get off the whatever, and it was Vinny. And there was another storyline that didn't make sense. I should have did this live so it could go longer, because the thing I use to edit these videos, it tried to cut you off and everything. But yeah, they could have just did the flow and said who done it and try to figure it out versus Vinny. All this for Vinny. And the last thing I said is what I've been saying on my former channel about Rick. Rick could come back and they could compete in a fashion show, since this supposed to revolve around fashion, but we barely see any fashion. Rick come back and compete, and who knows, Thomas could work with Rick or whatever, and they could all compete against each other, and there'll be a epic event, even if it's for like one long episode that they show on the weekend or something like that. And I'm gonna end it with this thing that I've been talking about, like a fan contest, like fans writing one episode or something like that the writers could do that because they clearly lack ideas. So I've been talking about for years this fan competition to see, a different storyline, a better storyline, get its fans. I know they might not have the funds, or they might, you never know. They could do a scholarship, they could do what's it called? I don't want to say stipend. Just something to give fans. Also, that's something you can add to your resume. You wrote for a popular show like The Bold and the Beautiful, because y'all struggling, obviously. And that's not to insult nobody, but, you should be able to be corrected or something. And if all the fans on each side telling you that this ain't working and you still doing the same repetitive dialogue and stuff, you need to try something different. So I was like, a fan competition, give them a chance, like, or give them a chance to be in the room with some writers and get that experience or whatever. But that's it, y'all. If I got another part two, I'll do a part two. But thank y'all for listening. Comment down below what y'all think the next storyline should be for these characters. Until next time, this is. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share as well. And join the conversation. I already said that, but this is y'all.